Welcome, Leo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a second quarter April, May, and June reading for you. It's a preview, which is building upon the present moment, which is the full moon in Libra that began in late at night on April Fool's Day. There was an earthquake early this morning where I'm located, so that is really giving us some kind of preview about the anger that is rising up from the earth itself, underscoring the rising dark mother, dark earth energy that is seeking voice, articulation. So the seasonal shift is profound. I have started with the Soul's Journey Oracle. I'm reading from the Archetypes Oracle. I have laid out the African Tarot and kind of mixed in the Crow Tarot by intuition. I clarify with the Crow Tarot and finish up with a Flower Oracle. And so the first is success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. And this feels like it's very much about your journey towards communicating some clarity within your intimate circle, within the relationship to yourself. This is regulating those communications, that intimate talk that really seeks to provide information that will lead to a success. This is about the development of a powerful connection. So this can be related to any way in which you are literally teaching, but more likely you are helping out in some community service. You are providing nurturing for others. This feels like a caretaking role for some of you that you're going to be successful with. So I'm going to start with April, where we have the Creator, and I'm going to read from the Oracle book or the guide book, because it's a lot of information here that is framing the month of April for you. The Creator is the artist, the alchemist, the innovator. The Creator is the first archetype in the trio of existence, is not intimidated by darkness or by lack. They make the empty room resonate with healing sounds. They generate bounty from the seeds that others tossed away. Though generative, this archetype annihilates preconceived notions of what is possible, leaving unexpected openings in the wake of its destruction. First, being absolutely present to what is, not imagining or wishing things were different. And second, trusting that a force greater than themselves always awaits constant collaboration with each human soul, whether we call it nature, God, goddess, Shakti, or divinity. It remains nameless, but it is the Creator's lifelong companion. And for you Leos, here is a special note. The Creator is naturally attractive and coveted. As its energy zings with possibility, you can feel when a Creator type enters the room, all eyes land on them. So you are getting the benefit of some incredibly powerful attention that is coaxing out your sunshine, your heart, your desire. And in April, this is clarified by the Death card. This is absolutely speaking about the destruction. This is the part that has to give way in order for new energy to emerge. This is signaling a transformation that you have been choosing, selecting, developing, a pathway you've been journeying that is taking you to your fuller, dare I say, fullest potential, with an awareness that what you have done or the relationships you have cultivated have not served you in the way that you now are aware you are deserving of. This is releasing the energy of playing small for the comfort of others. This is waiting passively to be saved, helped, healed, celebrated, when these are things you are now acknowledging you can do better on your own. This doesn't necessarily mean that you are leaving a relationship or ending a significant one. It means that you are shifting your power within that relationship because you're shifting that within yourself in preparation for a new version of you to emerge, for a new expression to emerge. In the month of May, we have the storm, and I have marked these because the guidebook is so helpful. And the storm is the chaos, the whirlwind, the disorder, and we're talking about the month of May. Possessing an energy much like the Tarot's Tower card, the storm undoes all that is. Everything that was solid, known, and relied upon is stripped away by the winds of fate. The storm is a great equalizer. No matter how far we've come on the path, no matter our age, wealth, or wisdom, we can't hide from its savage winds. You must wait it out. If you try to fight the storm, you will lose. A better option is to seek temporary shelter and a reliable friend. When all else fails, however, go within. There, for a moment, you settle into the eye of the storm. The storm's intention is to rebalance your equilibrium. It is a result of precarious conditions, not the cause of them. So this is helping you recognize that what you took as stability, what you took as the basic building blocks of your life, your foundation, was faulty, was cracked, was unstable. And so in May, changes reveal that. And my sense is that this is a month of tremendous change for you, when perhaps as a result of some of the vision that you are holding on to in the month of April is actually being shaken loose and allowing you to glimpse shards of light, the lightning storm, cleansing, the rain, that are part of the natural forces that you are being subjected to, not necessarily by choice. And the card that clarifies it, the Two of Swords. This is interesting because Aries got the same card in the same place. And this is about your recognition through the violent change you may be experiencing in May that you are compelled to take up again a path, a journey towards your authentic being or desire. This is something that has been available to you for a while, but you perhaps have shied away from it because you felt it would take you away from relationships you feel that need your or rely upon you. And this, in some ways, is a natural concern for those that you anticipate you may be leaving behind. So there's also some guilt here. And it's all imaginary because you haven't made a decision yet. You haven't done anything different yet. You've already been moving in this new direction for a while. And instead of looking towards the past, you are being asked to trust yourself. Trust your path, trust your power, trust your truth, so that as you move forward, you are setting the kind of model that you are concerned about, as if you were abandoning someone else or others who you care for. So there is this crossroads feeling here that you are in part allowing yourself to be cleansed by the forces of change that are greater than you are. In June, the Ocean is the card that is signifying the larger energies of June, and I'm going to find the guiding page and read. In June, the ocean represents the unconscious, the depths, the incomprehensible. The power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its salty waters is to step into the unknown, representing the unconscious, all that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within the ocean. It rejects our every attempt to dominate it, yet it calls to us, inspires us, and invigorates our life on land. There's a change stirring that is beyond any change you've known before. The ego is dissolving. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the ocean's froth a new being. Life is change. Let the wave crash. The ocean displays every emotion without shame. To witness its glassy, moonlit surface and its unforgiving storms is to know the full spectrum of the human experience. And this card is clarified by justice. Interesting. Justice. So this is about bringing that balance within. And in opening up the storm, sweeping away the instability, forcing change upon us to address the instability in our lives, we have to come to a place of inner harmony, inner balance, where we recognize where we have played along, allowed ourselves to be directed, victimized even, exploited, used, balance that experience with the experience of taking power and responsibility for our existence, where we understand that we can not only not allow ourselves to be subjected to the unfair, impersonal demands of other forces or individuals, but that we actually are in control of constructing the life based on the values that we believe in. This is about knowing what is right and what is wrong. And in some way, you're stepping into a place where you are identifying others who have shared your experience of mistreatment, injustice, and you recognize that together you can raise your voices and have an impact. That you are not powerless, you are not invisible. So let's get some clarity here. For April, the Death card. 2 cards, please. For Leo, flip over the Emperor and the 4 of... I'm going to keep going. So for the 4 Pentacles with the Death card, the 2 of Swords is the Lovers and the King of Swords. And the Justice card is the Queen of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. Is that more? And there's more, the Knight of Cups. Okay. So with the Death card, the Emperor and the 4 of Pentacles, this is you really standing on your own sovereignty, owning your life as a creator, as an artist, as an innovator, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, and one who is practical, experienced in manifesting what is good for self and ultimately on behalf of what is good for a community, a group, the family, an organization. This is really the idea that you own your own spirit. You own your own experience in the sense of standing for the power of your experience, that you have experienced many things, and you have learned to manifest what you need, not by taking control of everything around you, but by taking control of yourself. This is very much about releasing those energies that you can't have any sway or power over, and really focusing on the practical dimensions of your security and your stability. It also makes you cautious. Having experienced this complete transformation where you are experiencing yourself on the other side of change and loss, you are in a position to be very cautious, very aware of opportunities that come before you. There's no fast vetting here. You're really taking your time to understand what the concrete details of offers, of opportunities, of partnerships, so that you are stepping into them cautiously, very deliberate, and knowledgeable about their possible results and consequences. In May, the Two of Swords is clarified by the Lovers and the King of Swords. This is extending this narrative. You are having opportunities to entertain relationships, connections, passions, opportunities, options that are coming before you evoke a consideration that is very different from the way that you have greeted opportunities, particularly relationship opportunities in the past that relied on chemistry. This is really where you're looking less at instant gratification and more at long-term benefit, not just to you, to your partner, as your partner reflects the same concern for you, the same interest in you, but for the work that you and your partner are going to build and the community you're going to impact. So there's a whole story here, and in a very traditional deck, there is the archangel who presides over the female and male energies that are naked, that are truthful, that are honest, that have nothing to hide. And this is a very sacred place to be in deep connection, that you trust yourself, you trust one another, so that you don't have to be tentative or fearful that any change or goal that you want to pursue can't be shared, has to be secretive. The King of Swords describes this uber curiosity. Not only are you communicating clearly and honestly with one another, but you realize that your assumptions have been challenged before and turned over. And so you enter into any negotiation, if it's with a lover, a partner, a spouse, your children, with a curiosity, recognizing that you don't know what the end result will be until you agree to it, until you agree on a path, on a direction together. And that requires communication, conversation, curiosity, even interviewing dating candidates. Kind of energy is coming through here. I love this because you don't want to go back to what you've been through before. You don't want the past. You're done with that. You've moved away from that. It doesn't serve you. So in order to be clear, to make sure that you're really moving in a direction that's healthy for you, then you are careful to vet that opportunity or relationship. And in the future, the Justice card is clarified by the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this is about really unlocking your emotional nature, and with the Ocean card underneath this, balancing the unconscious with presumably the conscious mind, even the superconscious, our aspirations and dreams. This is underlying the desire to understand what is right and what is wrong for you. Not only for you, what is right? What is your principles? What do you stand for? And here you are weighing that as you are trusting in your feelings more openly. Not only your methodology of self care, which you have been consulting, not just in terms of superficial niceties, bubble baths, a night out with the guys, or whatever it is that constitutes recreation, self care, having fun, but it also has to do with you addressing your potential, allowing your dreams and desires to emerge from a very perhaps hidden place, a place where they couldn't live, where they had to die or take cover. So you're really looking at how is the past, your experience of the past, working with your experience in the present in order to build a healthier, more productive future. In towards the end here, I'm going to pull a flower oracle for you and hope that this is insightful for you, helpful. Let me know if any of this resonates. I pulled the zinnia, and the key word is absent. What is not here is the key. This feels like a card that you recently got, perhaps in one of the shorts, but the idea that what is not here is something that you have been pursuing. What is the underlying lack in your life that you now want to manifest in your life in a healthy way? This is leading you through a process, a healing process that is empowering you to manifest what it is that you want present in your life. Thank you so much, Leo, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.